Now, welcome to Worldchefs podcast. I'm your host Ragnar, and you're listening to World on a Plate. Today, we have a very special guest who recently took home the coveted title of the world's best chef at the Global Chef Challenge finals in Singapore last October. And I'm talking to Chef Ale Mordasini. Chef Ale, originally from Mellingen, Switzerland, is where he learned his trade at the Grand Casino in Baden. So during his career, he's worked as a chef at impressive locations, including the Meridiano restaurant and the Steinhalle in Bern. And his expertise has been validated in the culinary competitions, where Ale has won some of the top culinary competitions around the world. He was the world champion with the junior Swiss national team and got the bronze at the Olympics. Also, he won the Swiss Culinary Cup and the Golden Chef in 2019, and was the Swiss finalist at the Bocuse d'Or in 2021. And so today, he just took home, as I said, the Global Chef Challenge finals as a winner. He's now today the head chef at the restaurant Tore in Baden. And so I just want to welcome and congratulate you, Ale, for your title with winning the Global Chef Challenge. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very, very much. Pleasure to be on the podcast today.
Great to see you again. You know, we had some exciting days in Singapore. I hope you're over that now. You're not too tired. You're back into routine. Life is taking a natural course.
Yeah, we came home Sunday after the competition, quite easy, and we're all back, all healthy, and it's most important, and back on the routine, as you said.
Straight to work.
Everything's very fine here.
Yeah, no rest for the brave ones. Hey, before we talk about your experience in Singapore and your competition background, maybe you can just, for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So tell us about yourself. Did you always plan to become a chef, or how did that come around?
So I always ate. I love to eat. So maybe this is the basic to get a chef. Nobody in the family works in the industry, so I was the first one, maybe the only one. Let's see. And yeah, it was all the time do something with the hands and be creative. And so yeah, I tried to start to do some courses in restaurants, and then I feel to like it. Love it, the people, the energy, the smells, all this stuff. And then I got further into making more stages in restaurants, and then I decided to start apprenticeship when I was 15 years old to go in this industry. And still today I love it. It's hard, but it's challenging, but it's what I like, and it's quite good.
Right. So you started at 15 years of age, straight into apprenticeship, or was that at the hospitality school, or?
Now, like in Switzerland, we have an apprenticeship system where you go in a restaurant, and the main of the time you're in the restaurant for 3 years. And one day a week you go to the culinary school. You learn all the basic, all the series and stuff. But the main time you're practicing every day. You're running a station, you learn running a station, running stations. Maybe you're running an outlet or something. And at the end, there's a quite cool way to learn in Switzerland. It's very, very on practice, very, very on the routine to learn and learn and learn. And this is I think is a quite good base to improve the skills later.
And you started at the Grand Casino in Baden, is that correct?
Yes.
What was that like? What sort of operation was the Grand Baden?
It's a quite big restaurant. So we had like a normal restaurant, a little bit higher level, big caterings, big events, 6,000 people on the airport and stuff like this. So for me, as a guy came from nothing and knows nothing, it was very nice to see a lot of different ways, and could be helping on the caterings, helping in the restaurant. And so I think it was a quite good basic to now put more on top. And I had quite good head chefs in the start of my apprenticeship who gave me that feeling about the products and about the respect of the products and stuff, and very good teachers in school, and then making more and more friends in the industry. Much more, they're older than me, but they guiding me the way and showed me possibilities to do also in competitions. And yes, and so I'm quite happy with my way so far.
Yeah, and so that brought you to work in different locations. How important is it to change location, and what did you learn from different places? What is memorable places you worked at? after that?
I think in every place is something memorable. So the first you already mentioned was a Meridiano restaurant in Bern, was quite higher level than I did before, and was really opening my mind, opening the sky for me, what culinary expertise, culinary excellence means, and also hard work. We worked a lot of hours, which yes, get you in the way and show you that the work is the base of everything. The picture is fastly done, but the work behind is much more important. And then I moved to Zurich in a management restaurant of an insurance company. We had really nice products to work with, and really nice also mindset of the chef, who brings us much further in not just the cooking, also in mind. And then I worked also as a teacher sometimes, working in a small food chain restaurant, to getting in process work, how you scale up things and stuff like this. And then first position as head chef in the Krone in Regensburg, which was a very good place for me. I get a lot of trust to it and can express myself there. And by side, all time doing some competitions, and which I think is a really good part together. You can take organizing stuff and from the competition in your restaurant, and you can try things on the menu and stuff for
Right.
the competition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good transition. In fact, so having that transition between running a restaurant and doing the competitions, I was going to ask you next is, so where do you get the inspirations from, and how do you find time to be creative, innovative, and how does that link with the competition
Inspiration is everywhere. I like to be outside in the nature. I like to talk with people. So I think, yes, it's maybe the most important thing is to be open for the inspiration, not to focus too much on one thing. Just try to be open, and then inspiration comes itself. And then the hard part starts to work it out, the inspiration, to bring it on the plate, to bring it in the taste first, and then in details, in the finesse, in the picture. And yeah, I think inspiration lays everywhere. So it's not that difficult to get inspired and to create dishes. Yeah.
Correct. And so now you recently changed. You're now at restaurant Tode back in Baden. Is that your hometown, Baden? That's a new challenge for you.
Yes, a new challenge. I get that to optimizing the restaurant, the kitchen part, and it's a very good restaurant. It's a rooftop restaurant with open grill in the restaurant, and it's quite a very cool place. And now we can put some upgrades on it, on the menu, on the work behind the process stuff, and it's very good challenge. And by side, I'm also very intensive in coaching the national teams of Switzerland. With Marco, who was in Singapore too, and Mario, my coaching friend. And yes, something happens all the time. It's good.
Yeah, so you keep your one foot in the competition, but I don't know if actually being a competitor is now finished for you. But let's talk about your experience in culinary competitions. From the beginning and now to the Global Chef Challenge finals. When did you start competing in competitions, and what has that journey been like for you?
It was one of my school teachers, not forced me, but told me try to do an apprenticeship competition. And it was 2007, my second year of the apprenticeship. And you had to do a cold show, one table with all the jelly plates. And I did my best, and I was standing behind this table, not expecting anything. And then people came up to me from a regional culinary team from Zurich and said, "Hey, this looks nice. You want to join us for to see, just to take a breath of this kind of competition?" And then I jumped in with now a very good friend of mine, Thomas, who's since then a very close friend. And then we start this journey together. We had like these regional teams. Every region had a culinary team. And then later I was going in the junior national team from Switzerland, which was quite a jump of the professionality of the organization, this stuff. And yeah, so that all started. and all by side a little bit some single competitions like the Swiss Culinary Cup and these things. And I did the Global Chef then also already one time in 2012 or 13 was in Norway.
Right.
And yes, now was the possibility to do it again. Yes.
Yeah, so you grabbed that possibility. So and you put yourself forward for the Global Chef Challenge. Do you think this is your last competition as a competitor, or are you still gonna continue competing, or are you gonna be training and mentoring more from now?
Yeah, I think for the moment it's more the coaching and the mentoring for the younger people. It's we're a really strong squad together at the moment for the junior and for the big team. For myself, I don't know. Let's see. It's maybe one or two interesting competitions left, but at the moment now it's not on the plans.
Take us a little breathe, and you will find later. So how come you decided to participate in the Global Chef Challenge? I think you actually Switzerland was pre-qualified to participate. So you wanted to take the challenge, and so when did you decide to do that, and how was your journey? What was the your approach to developing the menu and all that?
Yeah, we had a change in the team manager position. So Tobia was a team manager before, then changed to Marco, was in Singapore as well. And then he got an email of World Chefs that we are Switzerland's qualified in the finals because of the world title in 2022 in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
And then he was quite new, and then he called me, and I was thinking, yes, I should think about one of the team members who do it. And then he was sure that I should do it, and I take a while to make my mind clear and to get all together. And then I said, yes, no, let's do it. Let's do this all together in the team. And then we started with all the creative process, organization process. For us, this is much more far away than Stuttgart and Luxembourg, so the logistics was quite different for us now, quite challenging, more challenging. For us, normally we go just by car. It's quite
Right.
easy. And yeah, so it was a really good team with my commis Laura. She's a very experienced young talent already. With Marco, the team manager, Mario, my coaching friend, and getting really a good small team together for this challenge.
Right. So you come together, you create a small team, and so you start from scratch thinking about how do you begin the development process of recipes and
Yeah, we thought it was quite interesting challenge. So in the vegan and in the fish and the main course not so much, but in the dessert as well. And we just putting some ideas together. We knew that we had to cook a bit different than we go to Luxembourg or Stuttgart because it's in Asia. It's maybe a more in that time we didn't know more international jury, maybe more as international taste. We try to put a more international taste, not just cheese and bacon from Switzerland. Try to be more open the scope for more international flavors. Also, with the challenging of the herbs, of the micro herbs from coppercress, and so it was quite. And then we just try out. We did a lot of effort in first time to really create it good flavors, and then put it in good flavors in nice shapes and good looking components.
Can you tell us a bit about the menu? So the menu you made and some of the ideas behind.
So the challenging of the starter was to be vegan, and the main product has to be microbes from coppercress. We decided to go with a red cress, doing an ice cream like maybe Singapore is warm and we'd like to do fresh start, putting a lot of acidity and freshness into it, make it a vegan ice cream of the cress and the acai pulp from the acai fruit. By side, we want to add something from our country. We bring in beets, pickle them with a small salad with scoparia seeds to also bring a nutrition aspect to it. That also the vegan courses had to be some nutrition points, adding some mushrooms, and finish all with a nice, tasty, fresh sauce compote with also cress and acai pulp. So I think it's very good start in a menu. It's fresh and light, and yes, you maybe makes you taste for more.
Nice, nice. And then second, the fish course was
The fish was very big. Had a very nice halibut fish. We tried to do it in a like a terrine with a crispy bread bottom on underneath. Doing a small beignet fried and filled with langoustine. We had some langoustine to it, some caviar on top, and then bringing some acidity and freshness with celery, apples, and horseradish to it. And to bring it a very special twist, we take sea buckthorn, which is also very common here in Europe and in Switzerland. Sea buckthorn as a jelly, and also in the sauce, we do a stock of the langoustine heads and all the halibut bones. We do a stock there in time, and putting it to a beurre blanc with oil of also sea buckthorn.
Yeah. Nice, nice. Wow, it gives water in the mouth. And then main course came.
Main course challenging with 3 pieces of veal. We really try to use all of it and use it in every component. So the main piece was just very simple fried sirloin of the veal with a small marble on top to give it a nice finish. And then a lot of effort. We created like a meat cake where we did the farce with the sirloin and the liver, the braised ossobuco. We pulled and doing one layer of ossobuco inside, one layer of like a sausage mass of sirloin, the liver, also the ossobuco, and create like a meat cake, which is really tasty. Added some kaffir limes at the end to finish it up. And of course, never wrong, a potato filled with the braised ossobuco, potato puree on top, onions, a caramelized onion puree, and also light it all up with a jus with lemon thyme oil and lemon thyme heads inside. So make it also a little bit citrus and light to eat.
And then finally dessert.
Finally dessert, also challenging with the pulps, but we try to create the taste not just on the plate, also in optics. This was the main of my commis work. Also of the creation and the inspiration came a lot from Laura. We did with the Earl Grey tea. We decided for Earl Grey tea. We did a namelaka. It's like a Japanese style of cream or mousse, and did like a tea mountain. She really piped it up all by hand. A tea mountain with Earl Grey, mango, and sudachi, which we also had to use as a pulp. A warm cake with a mango compote and some chocolates on top. All together brings a sorbet of mango and sudachi pulp. This is sudachi, the citric fruit. Small compotes and a small cacao fruit chocolate shell, like a praline with a liquor praline inside. Earl Grey sauce to combine all together. Small airbrush to bring these layers on the plate. And yeah, was a good finish.
Sounds delicious. And so we're gonna well thank you for that inspiration. We're gonna put the recipes and the pictures on the podcast page if people want to have a closer look at what you've been doing. And we have all the recipes and all the pictures are now on the Flickr and on worldchefs.org website. So we'll put a special focus on yours if people want to have a closer look. So amazing menu and congratulations with the success. But tell us, how was what was the ambience like? How was the organization like? The ambience, the feeling. How was the vibe for you? Did everything go as planned, or did you meet any challenges in particular? Or
it was we just think it was quite good prepared. We did a lot of time, a lot of work in the preparation, organization, logistics, and stuff. And this was the main part of Marco, the team manager, who really organized the perfect way to get through all of the challengings. We came on in Sunday, the Sunday before the competition. Had no problems with getting out of the airport and stuff. Very good hotel close by the exhibition hall. Was very, very nice for us in walking distance to the competition area. And also had in contact with KK Kong, who really helped us organizing things from there. Had some contacts in Swiss Hotel in Singapore to get some products from there originally. And for us, it was really easy. It was really quiet. Everything works well. We had no problems with nothing. All the material came by plane separately. Nothing was broken. And then on the competition side, everybody was very open, very nice, really helpful too when we need something. All the jury members was really helpful also in the meetings before. If we had some discussions about the second commis, and then we sit together and find a solution that works for everybody. And then I think we come in on Tuesday to see the competition area. We was really impressed by the good material was there, the kitchens and the stands and all the back office stuff with the blast chillers. And so sometimes it's a bit challenging with materials and stuff.
Technical things. And
I was really happy with that. And then Thursday, big day for us, early wake up, do the mental training. We have a mental trainer with us doing some mental trainings before the competitions, nights before the competition, sometimes afters. And then time starts and we are 5 hours to get everything done.
So mental training. So have you been doing that in all the competition? How important is that for the success of the competition?
So we all believe it's very important. It brings you security, brings you a good base you can stand on. Also, if you're facing some challenges during the competition, the coaches cannot help, so you have to help yourself or with the team. And this brings you this self-confidence and the instruments to work on these challenges if something happens, and giving this really the rest what we're looking for. And we have all done in the culinary things. You also need to be mental strength to go over the time. It's hard time. At the end it was 8 hours of competition. It's hard and long, and for us we all believe it's very important to finish up the preparation, to finish up all the exact things you need to do. And Andy is now is also a good friend, but also our mental trainer. He knows the industry, he knows the competition, and he works also with athletes by side in his jobs. And we all believe it's very, very important to be also mentally on the peak when you start the competition.
It's a really really interesting comment. And maybe what if young chefs are listening, they want to go to competitions, and sure, hard work is very important, but it's as you say, what have you learned through the mental training? How can you prepare yourself mentally as a young chef? What should you expect?
It's in different times, and if you more and more you do it, you're getting more experience in this as well, and you can open the scope for this also. I think the most important thing is to know your target, to know where you want to go, and to know the way there. Also to believe in what you're doing, to believe in yourself. And as I said, if you're facing some challenging, maybe something is not working of the equipment, so you are really relaxed and you call somebody who helps you and you're finding some solutions. Or when you're in the team in Stuttgart, Luxembourg, you can stand together. Okay, what is the problem? What we're doing? And it gives you really a really better feeling in the competition. And yes, maybe for somebody it's also has to do with self-confidence, to believe in what they're doing, that is to do a good job before in the preparations. And gives you really also clear your head of everything which has not space in the competitions. And so it's a lot of different layers who you can add with the mental training to improve your performance in a competition. Like you can compare it with the sports, whereas for athletes is mental strength is also very important, or for soccer players or whatever. And I think this also because you do competition, it's a competition climate out there, and it's very important to be also on this way of preparation very good prepared.
That's really interesting. Yeah? You compare it to a competition, and sports competition. It's all about when you have to run 100 meters. It's how you wake up that morning and how your mindset is focused on the goal, and so it's a very similar approach.
Yeah. At the end, it's competition with other competitors, and I think in Switzerland we do it for some years now with the mentoring for the national teams. At the end, the last years, all of my competitions I worked with Andy, and yes, for us, it's now really helping and giving this last percentage what you maybe need to getting in front of the others. And we really believe in it. And we see also that the people in the teams and me, they are quite more relaxed when you go in the competition, not very nervous. And so we really see that it helps.
Excellent. Well, Chef Ale, thank you very much for sharing your experience and especially your insights into competition, because a lot of our members are very interested in competitions, and just brought to my own mind that maybe World Chefs should do more to prepare teams globally on the mental preparation for competition, not just techniques or inspiration, but the mental part of competing. So it's a really good input, Chef.
Pleasure.
Yeah, and so after all this, you know you won all the titles with the Swiss Culinary National, the junior team in Switzerland. The Global Chef Challenge now is in the box, second time around. You did the junior first, and now won the Global Chefs. You mentioned you're now preparing the national team. So what is next for you, and what are your goals in the next year or so, or a couple of years?
I think at the moment it's really to bring the knowledge and my experience to the younger people. Now we started with 2 new teams in the culinary teams. The junior team is 11 women together. Is quite challenging, but very nice to see that we also have a lot of women who going this way, because it's by side work. Here in Switzerland you have to do it by side work. The restaurants are now getting more open to support the younger people with free time, with they can practicing in the restaurants. And for me, it's to bring in my experience, my knowledge, which is now quite a bit, with my close friend Mario, with Marco, the team manager, Andy, the mental trainer, and all these people bring it to the younger generation. Prepare them for competition, but also prepare them for the industry where they get in. So the youngest are maybe 17, 19 years old to 30, 35 years old, which we're now coaching. And yes, I think for me at the moment, this is a main part. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Chef Ale, I want to thank you again for sharing with us, and again, great congratulations, and we look forward to following what you're doing. We'll see you at what is next is World Cup. World Cup is the next one coming up.
2026.
And we have another Global Chef Challenge in Wales at the World Chef Congress in Wales in 2026. Yeah. So things come quickly, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the Swiss team. They've been doing so well in the last competition. So everybody else should be stepping up the game, huh?
Yeah, we're doing our best and try to improve all the time what we can. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Chef Ale, thank you so much. And we'll put on the podcast, we'll put your recipes and the pictures to inspire others, and really look forward to see you around the world in different competitions. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Thank you very much to be on the podcast. Pleasure.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. You're listening to World Chef Podcast. I'm your host, Ragnar, and this is World on a Plate. So for more exciting episodes, follow us on your Spotify or your iPod, and we will be with you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you. Bye-bye.